German national arrested in Russian village, shutdown in Bali. Yes, more on PARQ Ubud. And 2025, Bali targets Indonesia rupiah 325 billion from foreign tourist levies. Yes, the foreign tax. Back in the news again. Stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Selamat siang. Welcome to the latest news from Bali in Indonesia. This is January 25th, 2025, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today? It is beautiful. I am such a good mood. Wow, it is lovely. It is sunny, a little hazy, a slight breeze. Right now, 10 o'clock in the morning, it is 29.5 degrees Celsius. It's going to be a warm one today. And the humidity is 77%. Wind speed is 8.4 kilometers per hour. And wow, I love days like this. So I'm in a good mood and thinking positive today again, because, well, who knows what's going to happen in life? You got to look for some positive things. And a lot of stuff today. I'm not going to get through all of it. And so some of it's going to have to go over into the next one. And thanks for all the new subscribers. I hope that you find this channel useful. And speaking about this channel, I'm thinking about changing the name to something, well, more descriptive of what actually happens here, because there's not a lot of Ngurah snippets anymore since I have peripheral neuropathy and I can't really walk much anymore. And so this is really a news channel for the most part. And so I'm thinking of changing the channel name to the latest news from Bali in Indonesia. Any suggestions? I'll be happy to hear them, and I'm going to be doing this in the next few days. So leave a comment if you have a suggestion on what you think would be a good name for the channel. Okay, so let's get into it. German national arrested in Russian village, shut down in Bali. And of course, the Russian village is, well, talked about that the other day, not really the Russian village. German national arrested in Russian village shut down in Bali. The Bali Police have arrested a German national as part of an operation to permanently shut down PARQ Ubud, a hotel compound in Gianyar Regency, amid efforts to curb unchecked development and over-tourism in the resort island. The Bali Public Order Agency, Satpol PP, raided the complex referred to as the Russian Village by locals earlier this week after finding that it was in violation of licensing and development regulations. And there's lots of speculation about this, and I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to stick with the facts as in this story. The police arrested the 53-year-old German national, identified only by his initials AF, but I said his name the other day, for violating Bali land use regulations. He's the director of PARQ Ubud Partners, which manages the property. Bali Police Chief Inspector General Daniel Aditya said AF had built PARQ Ubud on top of protected rice fields categorized as National Sustainable Agricultural Land. This illegal development has led to a decrease in Bali's agricultural land, which could negatively impact the government's food self-sufficiency target. The German national, call him AF, was charged under the 2019 Sustainable Agricultural Systems Law and the 2009 Sustainable Agricultural Land Law, and faces a maximum of 5 years in prison and a fine of 1 billion rupiah. During the closure, Satpol PP personnel clashed with PARQ Ubud staff, who they said were trying to prevent the authorities from sealing off the 65,000 square meter compound. The Bali administration had ordered PARQ Ubud to suspend its operations in November, stating that the establishment did not have a building approval license or building code certificates. Despite several warnings, the establishment remained in operation until early this week. The Gianyar region issued an order to permanently close the hotel complex on January 16th. PARQ Ubud opened in May 2020 as a cafe and bar surrounded by lush rice fields and was expanded into a hotel with 5 rooms the following year. Before its closure, the property had evolved into a multifunctional center featuring apartment-style rooms, restaurants, shops, a luxury spa, co-working spaces, a fitness center, a concert hall, and an 80-meter swimming pool, the largest in Ubud. The hotel compound was also known as a place in which foreign guests can stay for months. Nearby residents refer to the property as the Russian Village because of perceptions that Russians made up the majority of clientele. Indonesia has seen an increase in Russian tourists amid the Russia-Ukraine war. According to data, this is interesting, from the Russian embassy, some 40,000 to 45,000 Russian citizens were living in Bali as of February last year. PARQ Ubud's closure came amid rising concerns about over-tourism and overdevelopment on Bali. Once known for its rice fields, the region has become a densely developed tourist area. The island is also suffering from waste problems, increased criminal activities, and a rise in unlicensed foreign-owned businesses. Bali Tourism Agency head Bagus Pamayun said authorities had decided to shut down PARQ Ubud to show their commitment to enforcing regulations. He said, "We are open to anyone, including business people and tourists, as long as they follow the regulations." He said the Bali administration was considering increasing, get this one, the minimum investment from foreigners wishing to start a business in the country to 100 billion rupiah, up from the prevailing 10 billion rupiah, in order to curb overdevelopment on the island. 100 billion rupiah, somewhere around 18.6 million US dollars. And so there's a lot of questions about this, like why now? They've been open for 4 years. Why has it suddenly been shut down? And as I said, I'm not going to speculate on what's going on because I don't want to be sued by anybody. So something interesting is happening, however. Why now? But maybe we'll find out in the future, and maybe not. In the meantime, there's been no press release, no comments that I've seen from PARQ Ubud about what's happening here. And so this is a story that is going to go on for a while, I think. And what about the tourist tax? Right. Tourist tax, some people are paying, some people aren't. Well, it's in the news again. They've been raking in some money. 2025 Bali targets Indonesia rupiah 325 billion from foreign tourist levies. The Bali Provincial Government is targeting a levy on foreign tourists, PWA, of 325 billion rupiah for 2025 after successfully collecting 318 billion in 2024. This was conveyed by Regional Secretary of Bali Province Dewa Made Indra the other day on Thursday. He said that until December 31st, 2024, they collected 208 million 200,000 rupiah. This came from 2,121,388 levy vouchers issued according to the number of foreign tourists who made payments. And according to lots of reports, right, only about 40% are paying. The target we set in 2024 budget was 250 billion rupiah. So the 318 has exceeded the target, he said. This amidst the spotlight of various parties who considered PWA not optimal, considering the 6.3 million tourists came to Bali in 2024. Dewa Indra explained that PWA is a new policy in Balinese tourism. It's been around for a year. Not all foreign tourists are aware of this new policy, even though massive socialization has been carried out. It's considered unrealistic if the target is set following the number of foreign tourist visits to the island of the gods. In addition, international events held by the central government in Bali, which actually attract large numbers of foreign tourists, are excluded from PWA. This is in accordance with the official request of the ministry organizing the event. Regional Regulation number 6 of 2023 regulates exemptions and exceptions. So there's parties that are exempted. During 2024, we received 2,133 requests for exemptions and rejected 1,207 of those. Meanwhile, for the 2025 PWA target, the Bali Provincial Government has agreed to increase it, no longer 250 billion like last year, because they made more, obviously. So it's being increased to 325 billion for this year. In addition to increasing the PWA target, the Bali Provincial Government is also processing changes to Regional Regulation 6 of 2023 concerning PWA for the protection of Balinese cultural and natural environment. This change opens up space for cooperation in optimizing PWA incentives for partners who help collect PWA and the imposition of sanctions on those people that don't pay. A total of 91,776 levy vouchers were issued from the period of the 1st to the 19th of January. And no word on what is being done with this. Okay, and what about the airport, right? This is not the North Bali Airport, but this relates to the North Bali Airport because the idea with the North Bali Airport is well, two things. One is that the airport as it exists right now, Ngurah, is going to be too small for all the people that are going to be coming in the near future. And the second is to spread out the tourists from down in the south to up in the north as well. AHY wants Ngurah airport capacity to be 32 million passengers. The government wants to increase the capacity of Ngurah airport from 25 million to 32 million passengers per year without excessive terminal expansion. This strategy will be pursued through service optimization, digitalization, and improving the airport management system. This was conveyed by the coordinating minister for infrastructure and regional development. He said, Bali has been the backbone of national tourism and creative economy. Therefore, we must ensure the airport capacity is getting better. Currently, the airport serves around 23 to 25 million passengers per year. With the proper optimization, this capacity could be increased to 32 million passengers per year. He said this on Thursday afternoon. According to him, this step can be achieved through digitalization, the use of AI, and the implementation of data-driven policymaking. With this approach, operational efficiency can be improved without having to build too many new terminals. AHY also highlighted the potential of Ngurah Airport as the main hub for super priority tourism destinations being developed by the government. Currently, around 60% of the passengers at the airport are foreign tourists, and the number of international flights to Bali has increased by 22% this year compared to the previous year. We hope that Ngurah Airport can become a hub not only for around Bali, but also to various super priority tourism destinations. What we heard earlier is that the Ministry of Tourism also continues to develop super priority tourism destinations that we connect with Bali. In addition to optimizing airport capacity, AHY also highlighted the problem of congestion around Ngurah Airport. To overcome this, the government will implement a number of strategies, including improving slot management so that flight schedules can be made more regular for 24 hours, strengthening public transportation modes in order to reduce dependencies on private vehicles. And he said that his party would develop an intermodal transportation system, including plans to use water taxis, water taxis back in the news again, to take people to tourist destinations like Canggu. AHY also emphasized improving the quality of airports in Indonesia. Based on Skytrack's 2024 data, the Jakarta airport is moved up 15 places to 28 on the list of the world's best airports. Ngurah is down at 74. He said, we must have the spirit to break into the top 10 for Soekarno-Hatta Airport. If we're serious and earnest like this, the coordination is good. We can pursue the increase in the rankings. Looks like they're going to do a little more expansion on the airport. It sounds like they're going to build another terminal or two. And, well, expect to go up in the numbers, and hopefully this will put the North Bali International Airport to sleep for a while. Okay, that is it for today. I've got a couple more stories I wanted to talk about, but I'm going to have to move that over because I want to keep this around 15 minutes, right? And these are not time dependent. One is about the pothole dangerous sidewalks in Gianyar. I'm sure that's not going to be fixed by the next time I do a video. And the other is about Komodo Airport adding another international flight. And, well, that's not going to happen for another month or so. So talk about that next time. And just a final quick comment. Occasionally people make comments and they don't show up for some reason, and I don't know why. But I get a message on my email that there's a comment there, but then it never shows up on YouTube. And so I am not deleting these. I don't know why they don't show up, and I can't make them show up. They just don't show up at all on YouTube. And so I don't know about that. I don't know how that is working, but keep trying. Thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Take care, and I will see you next time.